Hi, I'm Mick, and today I'm going to show you an online diagram tool that's referred to in a wonderful resource created as part of the Waterwise program in the Queensland Government. You can access the resource from the Department of Environment and Resource Management's website, which you'll see on screen. It's under the Geography subheading. The resource is called Explaining Our Catchment. To access the tool, go to the Integration and Application Network, which is part of the University of Maryland, and you'll see their website on screen also. Click on Tools and click on Online Diagram Creator to begin. You'll first need to access the symbol library. Click on the Ian icon in the top left corner, and here you can sign in and create your account, which you will need to do before you can access the library. As I've already signed in, I'm taken through to the library where I can begin. When you're working with students, each student should create their account well before you use the tool in the classroom, so all students have their own identification. Once you've verified your account, sign in and access the library. We'll start with a background symbol. Click on the Freshwater link under the Ecosystems subheading. From here, you'll see all of the various backgrounds displayed. You can select one that's appropriate to you, and that will be brought in to the diagram tool. To select a symbol, simply click on it. The tool will retrieve and grab the symbol for you. We'll now add some more symbols to our conceptual diagram to play with later. So we've populated our map with some symbols to get started. Once your symbols are in, you can move them around by clicking and dragging. You can tell your symbol has been selected because it's surrounded by these blue dots and the dotted line. And you simply click on the next symbol and it will select each individual symbol as you go. So we'll move our icons out of the way and stretch our background. You can click and drag these corner blue dots and the dots on the straight lines to stretch your image. Holding the Shift key down as you stretch an image will keep the aspect ratio. Holding the Alt key down as you adjust an image will make a copy of the image as well as stretching it. So you can move your background around and then locate and resize various images on screen so that your symbols are in the right place to represent properly your catchment. There are some other tools that you can use. One of those is that you can group individual items together. So if you have a number of items that you would like to keep together and keep at a certain scale, for instance our cow and our tractor, you can put them close together, hold down the Shift key, select both symbols, and you'll see that they both now have that blue dotted line around them. And once you've done that, there's a button along the top toolbar that will allow you to group those symbols so they effectively become one. That means from now on, if you wanted to move those symbols around, both of them will go together and you can group multiple items. So this is quite handy if you're creating large areas of vegetation or agricultural areas where you might have multiple pieces of, say, cattle or pigs. You can duplicate symbols or groups simply again by selecting them, and again along your top toolbar you'll find a duplicate tool which will simply make a copy of that symbol. Again, handy if you're making vegetation, but also useful if you've got a particular icon that you're going to use multiple times. You can order symbols either forward to the front or to the back using the forward and back tools. You can also invert symbols if you're looking for variety. So let's go ahead and create a final product that we can then export for use in the classroom. So we now have a conceptual diagram that represents a catchment somewhat. And our last step is to insert some text, titles and borders into our diagram just to make it look complete. Adding borders is really easy. There are a number of shape tools along the left-hand toolbar. If you pick the square or a rectangular tool, you can then select an area that you would like to have as a border. You can see that area will be drawn in black, but underneath your map you'll have some color options. And once you've selected those, you can push that shape to the back of your image using the send to back button, and you'll have a border. In order to add text, you simply grab the text tool and you can click anywhere you like on your diagram. I'll click out here so you can see. You can enter your title here. You do have some options for your text. You can format bold italics, you can change the font. You can do a range of things, change the size as well. We'll keep it as is, and there we go. So we've got our text. It's created as an element on our page, which we can then click and drag around. You could use some of those shape tools and create a colorful border for your title by selecting a colored background, pushing that to the back, and then using the Shift key on your keyboard you can select the text at the same time, and you'll be able to group those two items together. I'll just try that again. There we go, and we can group so that from that point on, when we move the title, the border comes with it. You can export your images, you can save a file, you can export your map as a PNG. So if I click on that, that has exported my map. I can then retrieve that from my saved location when I've nominated that, and it can be inserted into Word documents or PowerPoints as well. If you'd like to come back and work on your conceptual diagram later, if you save your file as an SVG, so click on Save Image, and then later on you can import that file. It will be an SVG file. That will allow you to continue working on your particular conceptual diagram at a later date. So for students, get them to save that image somewhere on their home directory. They can retrieve that next time you're in class. Hopefully after watching this video, you've got the skills to have a go at using the Ian Conceptual Diagram Creator. We'll have another video that explains the Department of Natural Resources and Mines resource in more detail. Thanks for watching.